What's happening, guys, and welcome to the final week of the SBN, and I just want to say thank you to all you fans out there of the Toronto SwaBlu Jays. Thank you so much. It's been really encouraging to get your guys' support constantly throughout these videos, and I've been really happy about that, so I want to say thank you to everyone. And just for you guys, I did bring in Cryogenal because I do want it to get MVP. I wanted to get a really high differential, and that's why I really brought it. The main reason was because I really want Cryogenal to get a little sweep going on over here. I saw the opportunity and I had to take it, so I just had to do it. But this week we're taking on the Castforms, coached by Florida, who took over the team that was previously, he sort of inherited a team, I guess, and did a couple switch-ups, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. But he's got quite the interesting team, and this is also a big game too for us, just because after last week's loss, we're at a point where if we do want to get a bye, we have to get a good differential. Luckily for us, we're at a +1 higher differential than the team behind us. So I think it's like he's at 24, or I'm at 24 and he's at 23. So if we win 5-0, then we clinch it. But if we win 5-0, then it gets lower and lower and lower, and he has to win it. So it really depends on how we do. And this is an interesting matchup because Florida hasn't won a game yet, which means he can pretty much toss on anything that he wants to do and have a lot of fun and sort of throw my game off, while I have to win this game because it's opportunity to not play one game and sort of get a bye into round 2, and that's something I want. So when you get those two things clashing together, shenanigans will happen, and shenanigans can totally take a hold of this battle. So I'll sort of go over the team that I have over here. I've got Scizor, Cryogenal, Florges, Keldeo, Cefagros, and Gligar. I've got the Choice Bandit Scizor, the Choice Scarfed Cryogenal, Calamine, Florges with Protect and whatnot. Keldeo is Choice Specs, I believe, or Choice Scarfed. One of the two. Cefagros is Rocky Helmet, just to do some decent and some chip damage on either like Infernape, Flygon, Beedrill, things like that. Gligar is just pretty much bulky. It walls the Beedrill, it walls Flygon, and it pretty much walls Infernape. I'm pretty sure Infernape does not get Ice Punch, so that's something that I want to keep a hold. I lose to a lot of those things, and Porygon 2 just gets walled by Florges. That's also his Zmon user, so I have to keep an eye out for that. So at this moment, I figured, you know what, who do I lead off with actually? I'm not sure. He goes into Scrubs, his Flygon, so I just lead off with Cefagros, and I'm like, alright, this is cool. This ain't Raffle Coffin. I was looking back and I was like, oh man, we don't get any nicknames or whatnot. So he's just gonna go for a U-turn. I reveal the Rocky Helmet, or the Mummy, I guess, too. And it just puts it in range for the guaranteed freeze dry to KO. Get the Shadow Ball off, and I'm like, alright, Infernape, you're pretty scary. You're pretty scary. I think this is a Choice Bandit Infernape because that does a lot of damage. Thanks to Rocky Helmet and Recoil and everything like that, I do knock it out with Psychic, and I figured, you know what, let's just stay in. I don't like this Mon at all, so I can just go for the Ice Beam at this moment, knock out another Pokemon. Pokemon are just dropping left and right, so I'm just gonna go right into Mod. Lapras does nothing, like Lapras can't do anything to it, so I figured, you know what, let's just go for the Moonblast. pretty cut and dry right now. We're just going for attacks. I go for an attack, he goes for an attack, I make a switch. Like I said, it's pretty cut and dry right now. And he just goes right into, he just decides to Swords Dance right in my face, and I'm like, oh boy, that's scary. But X-Scissors does absolutely nothing to my Gligar. I get the crit, so count that for another one. He goes for Agility, as I'm just gonna go for a U-turn. I figured he'd go for a boosting move, but that's scary. That's a potential sweeper right there, and he goes for the Breakneck Blitz, and that one-hit KOs me. That is Hyper Beam, Adaptability, Breakneck Blitz. So much damage. So much damage. That is a not fully spit theft Florges. I don't know if it hits it on the... But that does so much damage. That does a lot of damage because Florges is pretty bulky as it is, and Air Duct just throws it away. Just so I'm scared of that now. So I'm just gonna go right into Keldeo. I figured, you know what, he's not taking me down with Thunderbolt. What do you know? He goes for Hyper Beam. So this allows me to go for Bullet Punch, lock myself into that, because if he goes into Flygon, then I have switch-ins for that. And now he just has to go into Lapras, which means I gotta go for 2 Bullet Punch and hope he doesn't get a burn on Scald, or hidden power. So this is frightening for me because now Lapras might have swept actually. It might have just stayed in. Unless if I gone for the freeze dry. Freeze dry might have won me the game. So at this point I'm like, Cryogonal needs to get a kill. Cryogonal needs to get a kill. So fortunately for me, I realized, oh snap, I can just go for a U-turn and get the switch up over here. I decided to go for another roost for some reason, I don't know why. I was hoping he'd just hit himself in confusion. But at this moment, we're just going to go for the U-turn, and Cryogonal, our MVP, will finish off the season with the Ice Beam. Ah, the crowd goes wild, the crowd goes wild. So Cryogonal will finish off 10-0, the undefeated Mon of the Toronto SwaBlu Jays. Surprise MVP. And he'll finish up there in the rankings, I'm pretty sure, in terms of the MVP race. So I'm pretty happy about that because I really wanted Cryogonal to do some work in the SBN, and who would have guessed that this little snowflake would have been my savior for a couple battles. So definite MVP of the season, surprise MVP, and he also finishes with the highest differential, I'm pretty sure, in the SBN too. So that's pretty cool to see in terms of, like, you know, the Toronto SwaBlu Jays. I don't know overall in the MVP race, so if he does, that's awesome. But more importantly, we finish off with a 3-0 victory, which puts us at 27. So that means the second place team, 23, has to win. If they win 4-0, that's a tie. That's a tie right there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's a tie. So if he wins 4-0, then he gets the tie. And then we're sort of at a kerfuffle over there because we both tied our games. Or we both 4-0'd each other. So I don't know what happens over there. But if he wins 5-0, then he gets first place and jumps up. Or if he wins 6-0. Anything less than that, we move on to the second round. So without further ado, I'll catch you guys later, and I'll see what happens later down the road. Really looking forward to that. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be some great time. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting your Toronto SwaBlu Jays throughout the season. It means so much to me, and hopefully we can make a good playoff run. So I'll catch you guys later. Have a good morning, good night, and a good evening. Peace.